Welcome back to my cave once again, humans. I kinda wanted to show some videos of these old RPGs I started creating. And I am just going to warn you guys right now, these are all Fatfur games. I've made several, but I want to show 3 in particular. The first one coming up is one I like to call Heavy Arte-llary. Let's check it out. See this big plumpster? This guy is Artie, A-R-T-E. He is one of these cute little buggers. He is on a quest to save his girlfriend from a bad guy, and he's more than a little prideful of his big fat belly. And here we have some adversaries. These are enemies that are all from the game Blue Dragon. Whenever I make big-bellied characters like this, I always find myself making them as over-the-top as possible. Although stuff like that might be a big turnoff for most people. And that's why there's a toned-down mode that changes some of the animations and the dialogue to be a little less fat-furry, if that makes sense. In the normal version, Artie lifts up his massive blubber and prepares to slam it down with a mighty crash that sends a tremor that sends all his enemies into a state of fear and panic. Well, except for flyers, doesn't work on flyers. In the toned down version, he merely jumps. Also, look how happy he is when he wins a battle. Yes, I'm fully aware his arms are oversized. I really should fix that. Also, bear with me on the recording because my computer is ancient, and it's not really good at recording my RPG Maker. Our story begins with Artie and Sweetie. Artie is, as the text displays, a moonweight boxer, as well as a bouncer at a club. He also wears this necklace that says Bibu, which is Japanese for, well, take a wild guess. Also, one of Artie's best friends is a Tusketeer named Oscar, who is also the bartender of the club. Tusketeer is so awesome. Oh yeah, and one thing I gotta say, Biggie Cheese from the movie Barnyard really reminds me of the fat rats from Dragon Quest. I kinda poke fun at that fact with the fact that Artie does not like Mr. Boombastic by Shaggy, which is Biggie Cheese's signature song. The antagonists of the game are all monsters from Blue Dragon, an RPG that Akira Toriyama did the artwork for. You know what other game he did the artwork for? You guessed it, Dragon Quest. And both franchises have big giant fat rats that are simply called fat rats. And they're both blue. Go figure. And you can probably see where this is going. But if you don't, I'm not going to spoil it for you. Besides Dragon Quest and Blue Dragon, I also take a little inspiration from the Simpsons arcade game. Notice how Artie reacts very dramatically when he gets hurt, just like the bosses from Simpsons the arcade game. He also flashes, like the bosses from Simpsons the arcade game. Basically, the point of this RPG is to show off the RPG Maker 2003's capabilities. You can use attack animation for the characters instead of the default sprites. And that leaves the door wide open for a lot of different animations. And yeah, we have this character that's big and fully animated. And it's kind of impressive. At least I think so. The idea behind this game is that, well, you go through a series of fights and you get points depending on how you fight. Generally, using stronger moves gets less points. Killing the enemies quicker basically gets less points. You want to try and take your time with the enemies, but you can speed through the enemies if you want. Nothing's stopping you. You can also learn different moves, and basically the idea is that certain moves work on certain enemies, so you might want a particular move for certain enemies. Or you might want a different move to take care of other enemies easier. As far as how complete this game is, it's not even close to finish. But I do have a few things I like to show off. I kinda want some motivation to finish this game, and that's why I'm making this video. One more feature I want to add is an overworld, where he can take different paths to learn different moves, and see if he can't beat the adversary quicker, or maybe get more points, depending on which paths he takes. Sorry if I keep stammering, I'm kinda doing this unscripted. But, what do you think? Are you a Fatfur fan? Does Artie make you want to play his game? Do you want me to finish this game? Would you like to see more of it? Let me know in the comments. Until then, I'm Baalf, and the cave is closed.